No one at the beginning had any idea that we would be going on to do this professionally, least of all, you know, make 6 studio albums and still be going 14 years later. The whole musical side of it is being very well represented, and it's a very developed concept. I always thought it'd be so amazing if the fantastical, sort of otherworldly element of our music could be manifested in a visual way as well as a musical way. To actually turn it into proper theatrical production is something I've always dreamt about doing, so it's very, very exciting, and I think we've got the perfect concept to do that now.
We're all really creative, we've all got loads of ideas, and we just wanted to just express a bit more, really.
Here there was a deep foundation, a deep understanding of music, and they could turn their music into the theatricality without having to build a bridge. The bridge was already there. I just couldn't quite see the other side, and it was for me to lift the fog across the bridge in order for them to go over.
Originally, I thought it would be really good to have like a sort of a fairy tale theme to the show, because I'm obsessed with fairy tales, and there's quite a lot of supernatural elements to our material. But then I was like, how are we going to get the religious aspect of things in there? And then we met Mika, who had this, I think, fantastic idea of being inspired by Hieronymus Bosch's triptych, because it actually incorporates all the lyrical content of our songs really, really well.
Well, the inspiration of the show started off with the songs and the lyrics, the music. As I said, that was the blueprint from which I wanted to move from.
For instance, we've already got a song called I Am Eve and Adam lay bounden, and a song called Temptation, which is the Lord's Prayer in Cornish, and a lot of religious music which, you know, fits very well into heaven. You know, there's a lot of songs about the Virgin Mary, and then there's a lot of more sort of pagan songs about frolicking around in springtime, just, you know, rejoicing in, you know, in rebirth and those sort of themes which fit really well into the earth section. And there's a lot of very sinister music that we do that fits extremely well into hell. Like, for instance, La Belle Dame sans Mercy, which is a fantastic poem about a fairy curse, and Tamlin, which is also a very well-known Scottish fairy tale about people basically having a curse put on them, and that's it. They're gone either for 7 years or forever in the case of La Belle Dame. So that's a concept that I'm quite obsessed with.
This idea of heaven, earth and hell, and, you know, this sort of, you know, that we're all stuck in this kind of cycle, you know, that is something that is just, you know, was so prevalent in medieval times, and I mean, obviously still is. We're all stuck in this wheel of fortune that goes round and round, you know, we're all in this cycle.
I think the reason we start in heaven is so we can end up in hell, because that's the most fun bit.
It's different from our usual show because we've got amazing lighting, sets, costume. I mean, it's just a real kind of colourful, amazing extravaganza, but it differs from a more kind of narrative West End show because it doesn't really have a narrative. The narrative is the music, so it takes you through. So there are these ideas and metaphors that are within the production, but there isn't somebody kind of holding your hand, taking you through it. It's there for you to experience, really.
Well, the songs, they come from our sort of vast back catalogue, and up until this date we've made, I think, 6 studio albums now, so we have an enormous amount of material, and it was actually quite problematic whittling it down to just the songs that are in the show.
The Mediaeval Baebes, what we do is we take medieval text and then we write original music to it using the ideas and the modes that they would have used in medieval time. Because we do that, they do fit in those different genres.
We have 4 musicians. We have Frank Moon, who plays the oud, which is an Arabic instrument, medieval Arabic instrument, and the cittern, which is an English medieval instrument, the quattro, which is a Cuban instrument. These are all sort of guitar-based type things. We've got the hurdy-gurdy, which is a 15th century folk instrument, and it actually features in Hieronymus Bosch's Musician's Hell as an instrument of torture. So it's very appropriate for us to be using that instrument in the show. Rebecca Dutton, who plays the medieval violin and various medieval flutes and recorders type fluty things, and the bowed psaltery. And we have a percussionist called Ben who just has lots of toms, really, mainly toms, hits lots of toms extremely well.
A lady called Chloe worked with Mika and designed all the costumes based loosely around our characters. Our identities formed these characters, and then the characters inspired costumes. And I think Chloe is quite inspired by Alexander McQueen, which really pleased me because he's my favourite designer.
We've actually had an amazing team designing the outfits for us. So because the show's in 3 sections, we've all had our own heaven outfit, our own earth outfit and our own hell outfit. And they're all, I mean, usually the Medieval Baebes in concert format, we wear matching outfits. So this is the first time we've actually branched out, and we've all had designs made individually for us, which has been incredibly exciting. Yeah, so the costumes, they all sort of correspond and they all match each other, but they sort of they're all different, so they create an entire look for each of the acts.
We were lucky that Mika had an approach that really suited us, where he just worked with who we were rather than trying to impose characters upon us.
It's a great experience working with Mika because he's very humble, and he has a knack of sort of making you feel at ease immediately.
We are first and foremost singers. We're not dancers, but we all have some dance experience. So I think our choreography team took that into account very carefully and made sure that the dancing was really there to enhance the music, enhance us as performers, and not in any way take away from the fact that we are singers.
We have a vast array of different people that come and see our shows.
Everybody. You get loads of little kids who come dressed up in little fairy outfits, which is really cute.
Sort of mums and dads, and we get little children, little sort of aspiring fairies.
You know, poetic kind of people.
We've got quite a lot of goth fans and rock fans.
People that like classical music come to see us. People that like to see, you know, the girl band thing but done in a classical way and perhaps in a better way than what you'd normally see. I think so.
Right the way through the age spectrum, you get all kinds of different people, because it's all about universal themes, and it really comes from the heart, and I think that people really respond to that.
It felt like coming home working with the Baebes.
The great thing about the Medieval Baebes is actually, I think, it's the amount of fun that we have as a band. You know, we're all actually really good friends, and I know that when I look back on my lifetime, when I'm in my rocking chair, it will be my time with the Medieval Baebes that I will remember as the most fun I ever had in my life.